Derek. Basically here with another video, and basically this video is gonna be about who inspired me being a music producer. And I really want to go ahead and get in depth and say is really God who inspired me at first. His first, actually, it's kind of like a little bit long story into a short story format. So when I was basically as a kid, I was in church. So what I mean by that is that when I first had introduced into music, it was when I was in the church, and how my spiritual, walk of life and everything else, that's on that behalf. But when I was in the church, I end up getting introduced to music. A lot of people who become music producers, some people have different walk of life, who basically, have a family member who's have the foundation, in the church and everything else. That's where one day I was at church, and it was service was over, and I was seeing a piano, and when I saw that piano, I walked to it. I played it with it a little bit, and I liked it. I always wanted to learn how to play piano. Try to play some chords with it, and it came out pretty interesting. And I was glad to do that and everything else. That's my first step of it, Actually, really, it was kind of like a divine intervention that basically God had influenced me into that step in that direction and everything else. So that's one behalf, basically. Was introduced by my mom that her taste of music was all old school music that was classic. It was soulful records, but at first I didn't like old school records, when I'm gonna be honest, when I was younger and when I was little and everything else. And I started looking at it like so then after that was like the OJs, Temptations. I started liking Marvin Gaye, and good for me to incorporate in my beat making and as a producer as a whole. My grandmother was a big fan of the blues and everything else, and I started liking John Lee Hooker, Johnny Guitar, old school music that was influencing and incorporating my style of making beats and everything else, being a music producer as a whole. And then after that, I started listening to, like hip hop, like Dr. Dre, DJ Mustard, I would say J. Cole. And, like Dr. Dre, when he make a beat, it's like very unique. It's a style that it will bring old school beats into a modernized way. And that's where I would say that's what, make that whole of a good music, as a wholesome music and everything else. Then other producers, Lil Jon and other people who did music and etc. But actually, a lot of people who are at this time and age, who like DJ Mustard, like other people, No ID, J. Cole. J. Cole style is kind of like that boom bap type of music, who basically had that New York sound, and that's, to me, that's what it seemed like sometimes, that had that flavor to it. And that's one thing I can say about how J. Cole make his music, and that's where his style is old school type of style too. And a lot of people who influenced me gave me a lot of ideas of what I want to be able to make that step into being a music producer, and that what gave me a chance to find who I am as a producer, as a musician, and everything else. But yeah, those are the steps of my goals, and as a whole of coming into a household music producer. And this is my story, and everything else, what I'm talking about, deuces.